There are many ways to tell a story, and many perspectives or points of view from which that story can be told. When we speak about point of view, we are revealing how close the person is to the action of the story. For example, if the person telling the story about a big race is one of the competitors, the story will certainly be told differently than if the person describing the big race is someone who watched it in the stands. Major characters and minor characters all have differing points of view, too. Point of view can appear in stories in a number of ways, like the omniscient or all-knowing point of view, or the observational objective point of view. And some stories even have alternating or multiple points of view. For this program, we'll be focusing on first person, second person, and third person points of view, and the variations within each found commonly in literature. First person point of view. First person is the point of view in a story that comes from a participant, a character in the story, and it is from their perspective, their understanding of what is happening, their feelings and experiences that the story is told. First person point of view can be identified by the language of the character telling the story. I, me, mine, and myself are all words commonly used by a singular narrator using first person point of view. We, us, ours, and ourselves are words used in a story told from the point of view of multiple people, but is still first person, because those people are telling their version of what happened while they were together. We call this first person plural point of view, because there is more than one point of view given. Here's an example of first person point of view. See if you can identify why and whether it is singular or plural. My hours of leisure I spent in reading the best authors, ancient and modern, being always provided with a good number of books. And when I was ashore, in observing the manners and dispositions of the people, as well as learning their language, wherein I had a great facility by the strength of my memory. Did you figure it out? This is a passage from Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift. The story is told by Gulliver, who is explaining experiences in his own life, and it utilizes the pronoun I. We call this first person, as Gulliver is telling his own story, and singular because it is told by Gulliver, and not by Gulliver and other people. Let's take a look at an example of first person plural point of view. See if you can notice the difference. We had forced our way scarcely 50 yards through the long, rank grass, which was here partly withered by the sun and much tangled, when we were much alarmed on hearing behind us a rustling, and on looking round, we saw the grass waving to and fro, as if some animal were passing through it. Fritz instantly turned and brought his gun to his shoulder, ready to fire the moment the beast should appear. This rather suspenseful passage from Swiss Family Robinson, a story told by Johann David Wyss, is clearly in first person plural, because it is told from the point of view of a group of people who experienced the action. Notice the use of the words we and our. Those are good indicators. Let's look at one more example. See if you can guess who the famous detective is speaking in this passage. I could not rest, Watson. I could not sit quiet in my chair if I thought that such a man as Professor Moriarty were walking the streets of London unchallenged. If you guessed Sherlock Holmes, you were right. This is a brief passage from the memoirs of Sherlock Holmes, Adventure 11, The Final Problem, written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. And again, use of the pronoun I, and the fact that the character, Sherlock Holmes, is speaking of himself, lets us know that the piece is written in the first person, singular point of view. Before we move on to the next point of view from our list, let's take a moment to review. Question number 1. In first person point of view, the story is told through the feelings and experiences of A. Someone to whom the story had been shared. B. A participant in the story. Or C. Someone who is omniscient or all-knowing. The answer is B. In first-person point of view, the story is told by a participant in the story. Question 2. Common pronouns associated with first-person plural point of view are A. He, she, they, them. B. I, me, mine, myself. Or C. We, us, ours, ourselves. The answer is C. We, us, ours, and ourselves are all pronouns used in first-person plural point of view. Question number 3. Identify the point of view in the following passage. I cannot believe what Hannah said to Lily at the gym this morning, right? I mean, I just about flipped out, and I'm usually way chill. Seriously, the whole time I was watching them, I was thinking of my little brother Evan and his goofy friends, all like, dude, total burn. Because seriously, that was a total burn. Is this passage written in A, first person singular, B, first person plural, or C, third person omniscient point of view? The answer is A. The passage is written in first person singular point of view, identified by the use of the pronoun I, and because it is about an experience that happened to the person telling it.